So this is our latest practice guide offering for all of you scrutineers out there, and this is one of the infographics taken from the full practice guide. The practice guide is looking at how to use evidence in scrutiny, and this infographic in particular is looking at the breakdown of where might evidence come from. And what I've done is I've taken evidence sources and I've matched them up against the 4 principles of good scrutiny from CFGS, Centre for Governance and Scrutiny. So we've got critical friend challenge, hearing and amplifying the voice of the public, driving service improvement, and all of it undertaken by independent-minded counsellors is the word that my head is obscuring. What does that look like? So let's start with critical friend challenge. Where might your evidence come from if you're trying to really make sure that you've got that challenge there? So here are some suggestions. They're not an exhaustive list, but they're to spark your thinking. So think first about what exists out there, what information is already there. So that might be national research, that might be university publications, that might be other organisations that already have information that's published out there. It might be speaking to those people and understanding and unpicking, learning from third sector organisations, but that could also be speaking to universities themselves. It could also be benchmarking with other local authorities. Lots of local authorities have similar challenges. Actually, has another local authority with some of the similar challenges had an innovative new approach? What can you learn from them? What does that evidence look like? And of course, the bedrock of task group reviews, the expert witness testimony, hearing from people with lived experience, hearing from frontline service users, hearing from frontline staff perhaps, actually understanding how something should be done and how it could be done better. What does that look like in practice? Adding to that, and these overlap because elements of them don't necessarily fit within one circle. The voice of the public, amplifying the voice of the public, that is a bread and butter scrutiny element. What do we have there? Well, commissioned research, rarely, but does happen. Public consultation engagement, often that the council, local NHS has already undertaken or has already planned. What are the results from that say? How do they inform what it is that scrutiny is doing? We've got the expert witness testimony, which overlaps there. Compliments and complaints data, so thinking about management information. What do you know? How are you triangulating information that you're gathering with other things that are going on, other data points? It could just be as simple as letters or emails that you as members have received. What are people saying? What do they want? Is it how service is working, how are issues affecting them? Actually, scrutiny has a role in amplifying that. It could also be members of the public turning up and speaking at scrutiny committees. That's really important too. So moving on, putting that together, driving service improvement, and again, other data sources. So thinking kind of quite organisation specific here. So we've got performance data, we've got council priorities, really important, legislation. What does legislation say? What's the wiggle room against that? Actually, how are you triangulating that potentially with what people want with that critical friend challenge? Think about service reports, your risk register. What are your high risks? What's in place to mitigate them? That evidence is really, really important. Potentially quarterly finance reports. Again, not an exhaustive list. There are other elements here, but this is really just to spark it going. And all of that driven by independent-minded counsellors. Thank you. Hope you read the practice guide.